We're so glad you're spending time with us today. Your support is always appreciated here at CSL. Remember, there's several ways to give. As you watch today's service, you can click on the donate button right here on Facebook or donate at our homepage, cslftl.org. There's also a regular giving program called TPL, where you can set up a monthly contribution. You'll find details on our website, cslftl.org. Here's a great way to stay in touch with CSL Center for Spiritual Living. It's our brand new app available in the App Store under Center for Spiritual Living, FL, and that's Florida. Make sure you say hello to everyone today in the comment section and let us know your thoughts. We're so glad you're here. Enjoy the celebration.
Good morning, CSL.
There we are. Good morning, CSL family. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Oh, there I am. Now I can hear myself. All right, let's all stand up and do our opening song, which is Spirit is in this place, and let's sing it joyfully. Joyfully.
Lots of energy.
Have come here as we are.
as Nikki, your presider, and like you just heard, Spirit is in this place, you're in this place, and Dr. Chris Michaels is in this place too. And I'm here to welcome you all to this place we call the Center for Spiritual Living, Fort Lauderdale, and you're sure to have a transformative experience here with us this morning, whether you're here in person in the sanctuary with us or joining us on Facebook Live, YouTube, or our own website, cslftl.org. We're honored that you're here. And if it is your first time with us here in person in the sanctuary, we have a gift for you just for being here. If after the service you would go to guest services and just complete this guest card that has your name, your email address, and how you found out about us. And we have a pair of mala beads just for you that you can use in your prayer or meditation practice, or just wear as a reminder that CSL Fort Lauderdale is here for you. If it's your first time and you're online watching us, please let us know in the comment section at the bottom, or visit our website's Contact Us tab and complete the inquiry form there. While you're there, please take a tour of our website and learn more about us. If you sign up for our e-newsletter, you'll also be in the know of all our upcoming classes and events. Please follow us also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or download our app listed as Center for Spiritual Living, FL, which stands for Fort Lauderdale, in the App Store. We'd love it if you would also reshare our social media posts and our app with your followers and friends. At CSL Fort Lauderdale, we have an intention statement that says who we are and how we want to be present in the world. So I'd ask you all to please stand and join me. We will say it together. And afterwards, please greet your friend and neighbor with a hello, handshake, or namaste. And keep in mind that some might be practicing some form of social distancing. So CSL Fort Lauderdale, who are we? We are a loving and diverse spiritual community dedicated to personal growth, healing, and service.
Prophet, dark as the night, she could see into my soul. Said she's been watching and had some advice. She said shadows make you whole. A life without pain is a wolf in sheep's clothes. 'Cause if you listen to the lessons that it holds, you'll find the goal. Child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly And when I grow up, that's never ever gonna be me. That was the moment that I decided that I would build a wall just short of 6 feet tall, too strong to fall. Child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. Courage is not being hard. It's time to peel back all of the layers. You go between who you're meant to be and who you are, and go be who you are. So much disappointment to finally understand there is no such thing as perfect. We're all simply doing the best that we can. And we have a choice to live or truly be alive. This is your life. Child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly until you break. Child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell.
Well, good morning. My name is, yeah, that's awesome. I love the energy in here today. It's over the top. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Fran Winslow. I'm a licensed practitioner here with the Centers for Spiritual Living, and I'm also a ministerial student at the Holmes Institute. And I'm so grateful to be here with you this morning. So if you're a first-time guest, would you please stand so we can love you up a little bit? I know you're in here because, yeah. I think I've met most of you out in the lobby. We know you have choices and places to go, and we're so happy you chose us this morning. And as mentioned, please stop by guest services and get your mala beads. So as a practitioner, I also have the honor of praying with you this morning. So let's take a moment and just go within. How beautiful it is to be in this sacred space, at this sacred time, in this sacred moment, knowing that there is just one power, one presence, one love, one light that moves in and through and around each and every one of us. And as I recognize this truth, I recognize that that living, breathing, loving, indwelling spirit is alive and well, moving through each and every one of us. And as I recognize this truth, I also bestow a blessing upon us today, that we are blessed with a beautiful service. We are blessed with being elevated in vibration and energy from the band. We are blessed with Dr. Chris Michaels being in the house with his message to us this morning. And I'd also like to bestow a special prayer today for all of those who have been affected by the fires in Hawaii. May they feel our love. May they feel the strength and courage that we're sending them today at this moment. and so it is. Amen. So now for our reading. Today's selected reading comes from the book, The Energy Codes by Dr. Sue Morter, and is entitled, Everything is Energy. Everything that makes up the entire universe is merely energy in motion. Its various wavelengths vibrating at different frequencies. The highest frequencies are pure light, ranging from non-invisible to visible to the human eye. Sound frequencies are just more condensed versions of the same energy. Our thoughts and emotions are merely different vibrational frequencies. And even physical form is nothing more than compressed energy. What we experience as positive thoughts are energy patterns that are more open and spacious, while negative thought energy patterns are denser. Later, we will learn how to use each of these patterns to our advantage in managing the outcomes of life. Our physical body is composed of an infinite number of different frequencies. The 5 main circulatory systems of the body, respiratory, hormonal, immune, cardiovascular, and digestive, exit as unique frequencies in the energy spectrum, different still from the frequencies of individual organs that compose them. Specific energy fields exist at all levels of life, from the level of a whole organism to the various systems of the body, to the organs and glands that compose those systems, to the cells, molecules, atoms, and subatomic particles within each organ. So again, everything in our world, that which we can see and that which we cannot see, is, at its essence, energy and is vibrating at a particular frequency or wavelength. If everything is energy, then that means that there is nothing that is not energy, and that means that nothing exists in isolation. There is no separation between things. Everything exists in what my colleague, the biophysics researcher, Dr. James Orshman, in his book, Energy Medicine, The Scientific Basis, calls a living matrix in layers of interconnectedness. On the most real and true level, everything is connected to everything else in one big unified field. And so it is.
Thank you, Fran Winslow. We appreciate you so very much. We have many activities here at CSL. For more information and registration, go to cslftl.org or the CSL app. We have licensed spiritual practitioners available for prayer in the sanctuary immediately after service. Would all the practitioners please stand so we can recognize you? Thank you. If you would like prayer, please see one of these practitioners wearing a purple stole. You can also call the prayer line at 954-990-5625 or receive prayer from the app by just clicking the prayer button. Also, there is a prayer request box in the lobby. You can simply fill out a card and place it in the box. Prayer provides answers. Also, on Sunday, August 27th, the last Sunday of this month, we will be installing 4 new practitioners to the Practitioner Corps. So please be sure to attend and get to know these high-conscious individuals who have answered the call to serve. Fran wrote that. I didn't write that. Our youth center meets every Sunday at 10:30 a.m., and our wonderful team shares the same themes that we teach during service, but in a youthful approach they can understand. Feel free to swing by before or after service to learn more. We are also looking for Sacred Service volunteers to assist with the youth program. Please contact Reverend Candy for additional information. You're invited to join us for flow meditation and gentle yoga Wednesdays and Fridays at noon here in the sanctuary with Reverend Skip. At CSL and SunServe, we understand that going back to school can bring unique challenges and concerns for LGBTQ+ youth and their loved ones. That's why we've organized this informative panel discussion where experts, educators, and experienced parents will share their strategies and tips for navigating the school year successfully. Facilitated by our own Reverend Skip, this is going to be Wednesday, August 16th at 6:30 p.m. Join the conversation and we can see how we can change the planet together. Please join Antonio Edwards and Mei-Ling Soulfree along with CSL Fort Lauderdale's house band, The Reflections, for Sunday brunch on August 27th. This is a high-spirit event that will become a treasured tradition worldwide. Lift your voice and sing. Sunday brunch is a celebration of music, delicious food, and love. Cost is $45, and here's a little sample of what you can expect.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit guide my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. And with my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love.
Notice I held the mic down and didn't join them, so you wouldn't have wanted to have heard that. You're invited to join Visioning Corps led by Reverend Tina and JC on Sunday, August 20th, following service to help catch a vision for our community and your life. Please join member and businessman Kirby Monestein, along with Fran Winslow for a new and exciting class, The Spiritual Entrepreneur. Unleash your inner power to develop a business idea or goal in this 4-week creative spiritual journey. Class begins September 6th from 6:30 to 8:30, and cost is only $99. Please register on our website or visit guest services. Don't forget to stay for Dr. Chris's workshop following the service today. Also remember to visit our book stand where you can purchase the Book of the Month and other publications for your spiritual growth. Grab a t-shirt or two. Proceeds help to support our CSL community. Thank you, everyone.
One power, visible, and you see it everywhere and every day. There's one power, indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the Lord in you and me. One power, one power, one power, one power, one power. We speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, different names, but different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. And we'll remember when we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings over heaven's door. And it's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, and it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. Oh, it's the power of the love in you and me. One power, say it with us, one power, one power, one power,
One power.
is what we are. One power,
One power.
one power,
One power.
one power.
One power.
It's the moments of creation. It's the everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunlight on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon for its love that's most deep. It's one power,
One power.
one power,
One power.
one power.
One power.
All we are is one power,
One power.
one power,
One power.
one power.
One power.
Yes, it's the power of the love that forever lives in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power,
One power.
one power.
One power.
Oh, yeah.
So it's my pleasure and honor, actually, to introduce today our guest speaker. Dr. Chris Michaels has been a powerful voice in the New Thought movement for over 30 years. He started as a pup. He founded the Center of Spiritual Living in Kansas City in 1990, and then came to us here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Fort Lauderdale in 2016 until his recent retirement. Dr. Chris is an author of several books, which are for sale out there this morning, and is a highly sought after keynote speaker with over 1,000 engagements at conferences and events around the globe. Dr. Chris inspires, educates, and empowers others to find their true calling. So please give a loud and raucous welcome to Dr. Chris Michaels.
Go on. Oh. So it's been about a year since I've been on this stage doing a Sunday lesson, and Maybe a few of you have been wondering what's up with me. After I retired from pulpit ministry after 32 years, I kind of went through a little bit of an identity crisis. I kept asking myself, self, what do you really long to do? What does the world need to see from the good Dr. Chris? And of course, I came up with the obvious answer after a lot of debates and meditation and prayer. I figured I should be a pole dancer. Because who wouldn't want to see a 65-year-old man in a gold lame thong dancing on a pole? It's a totally untapped market, right? So I put on my thong, I went to the dance bars in Wilton Manors to apply. First, I went to Johnson's for obvious reasons. Then I went to the boardwalk, and sadly, to my surprise, they turned me down. It was very disappointing to me because I had set up this new career and I'd even picked out a stage name for myself. Puddles. Just in case there were any incontinent problems. Needless to say, Dr. Puddles' career as a dancer was short-lived, and now I'm stuck with 100 gold lame thongs. But keep hope alive, because maybe some of you will invite me to a pool party and I'll get to wear one. Can you picture the image in your mind? I'll give you a little time to imagine it. Do you want me to turn around? Anyway, after my great disappointment, I decided it would probably be best for me to just stay in my lane and do what I'm really good at, which is creating spiritual education and content. So that's exactly what I've been doing over the last year with an advisory board of professionals and intelligent, wise people set up by Rev Skip. And if any of you are in the room today when I call your name, please stand up so everyone can see who's on our team. Kristen Kaufman, she's not here, but she's watching from Dallas. Alan Cohen. Norby Belts. Kathleen Stapleton. Linda Buckner, who's watching from Kansas City, and of course, our own Reverend Skip. I also want to thank Jose Batalla and Baxter Martin for the work that they did on this project. So, for about a year, we've all been working together on this awesome project called Zen Pike. What is Zen Pike? Well, I'll tell you. Zen Pike is a spiritual lifestyle brand that offers online and in-person classes, creative events, and journeys to sacred places in the world. We are a community of spiritual adventurers and conscious creators. So our intention here in creating this new brand is to create a global brand and use it to bring this teaching to the world and touch millions of people's lives. It is a very big vision, but that's what we do here at CSL. We're in the business of manifesting big dreams. So, with the generous donations of Darlene Pfeiffer and other people, the new Zen Pike recording studio will be built this month right here at CSL. The website, zenpike.com, is under construction as we speak. A Zen Pike Life will show up soon across all major social media platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And I wanted you to be the very first to see what this brand looks like. I've been working with a film company in Thailand, and together we've created our very first major marketing piece for this brand for Zen Pike. It's a 60-second video to be used on all of our social media platforms to promote our journeys to sacred places in the world. This particular one is a 60-second video of our tour to Bali. Check this out.
I came here not really expecting or not knowing what I was going to meet or what was going to greet me here. And as I stepped off the plane, I felt cared for. So I know I was in a safe space.
Being surrounded by nature has allowed me to be present, to enjoy what this world gives us and we often take for granted. It's kind of like being in God's garden.
Join us on this transformational journey to Bali. It will change you in ways you can't imagine.
So Zen Pike, have fun, learn something, and give back. The Zen Pike brand begins with having fun because we know that joy is our true nature. Wherever there is joy, wherever people are laughing, people are together in Spirit's presence. Learn something is up next because we are all curious by nature. God has designed us that way. That's why there's a rover on Mars. That's why the Webb telescope is searching for the entrances of new light, the first light of the universe. We have this innate desire to know more and to be more, and that's what Zen Pike is all about. We provide the tools and the steps and the spiritual education to change lives forever. And then finally, the last part of the brand is to give back, and that's because I believe we have a moral obligation to leave this world better than we found it. So, Zen Pike is designed with the giving back as a central theme of the brand. And that's why we make major contributions to the baby turtle sanctuary that you saw in Bali and all the temples that we visit. It's why we'll spend a day in Thailand volunteering at an elephant reserve when we go in January, and a day volunteering at a school, a children's school in Cambodia. Have fun, learn something, give back. That's Zen Pike. What do you think? It's my passion project. I'm fascinated by changing people's lives in the world, and since my pole dancing career didn't take off, I guess it's what I'm going to be working on for the next year. Now, I didn't come here just to launch a new brand. I came here to teach a lesson called A Conscious Creator in an Unconscious World. And I think we learn lessons best by hearing stories, stories of people who actually practice the truths that we teach. So today I'm going to share a story with you. I want to tell you the story of this young man. His name is Dario Calmes. Let me tell you how I know him. When I left my wonderful life in Atlanta, Georgia in 1990 to go to Kansas City and found a Center for Spiritual Living, what I didn't know at the time is that Kansas City was home to the largest privately held corporation in America at the time. You know what it is? Hallmark. At that time, the Halls, yes, that's their true name, hired hundreds of artists and graphic designers. So all these creative types fled to Kansas City for employment, and I was pleasantly surprised to find a large artist community in my new home. Well, it didn't take too long for these people to start showing up at Center for Spiritual Living, Kansas City, because it's a perfect match, right? Our teaching is all about creativity and diversity and love, so they all felt very welcome. And that's when I met that young man, Dario. He came into CSL, into Kansas City, in our community, and I would watch his bright eyes come awake each week as he was exposed to the spiritual principles that we teach. Now, he didn't stay long in Kansas City. He moved to New York City to pursue further education and more creative opportunities. But I've personally followed his career over Instagram for the past few years, and that's where I learned the story that I'm going to share with you today. In 2020, Dario Calmes made history. He was the first African American to photograph the cover of Vanity Fair magazine in its 106-year history. Maybe you remember that cover. Maybe you remember that cover. It was the iconic image of Oscar-winning actress Viola Davis. Here it is. I want you to look closely at this image because I'm going to tell you the story behind the picture. The dress that she is wearing in the photograph isn't really a dress. It's a men's trench coat that he dyed that color and put on her backwards. Dario chose it for a reason, and he chose the color indigo consciously for a reason. You see, the color indigo was the popular fashion color during Civil War times, and it was very laborious to produce. It's what brought Georgia into the war, by the way, because they needed the labor of thousands of slaves to make the fabric. Dario's conscious choice to use indigo was to show the image of a strong, beautiful black woman to the world. It was to communicate power, it was to communicate authority, and the ability to overcome the horrors of slavery. Now, my friends, I don't know about you, but I don't care what our governor says. Slavery was not a skills learning program for black people. It was torture and humiliation. You know how they say that a picture's worth 1,000 words? But do you believe that one picture, one image can change the world? Do you believe that one picture can alter the course of history? Well, another picture did, and Dario was keenly aware of this image when he was styling Miss Davis for the cover of Vanity Fair. Here's the image that changed the world. This photograph was published in Harper's Weekly magazine in 1863. It's called Slave Pete, and it shows the back of a badly beaten and tortured slave. It was seen by millions of people worldwide and immediately awakened society to the cruelties of slavery. It was used, that image was used by the abolitionists to shine the cold, hard light of reality to those who were still living in denial in this country, those who naively thought that white masters were treating black slaves well and like family. You see, that's why Dario consciously chose to show the smooth, unscarred, beautiful back of Viola Davis on the cover of Vanity Fair magazine. It was the ultimate juxtaposition to Slave Pete. It was a message to the world that brown-skinned people are beautiful, that they deserve respect and honor and love. There they are together, the artist, the actor, and the photographer. It's a fascinating story. And the reason that I share it with you today is to awaken you to the choices that you are making each day and to ask you how many of those choices that you are making on a daily basis are actually made consciously. How many of them are made after you taking time to think about exactly what you want to happen? You see, here's the problem. You don't know how powerful you are. You don't know that you get to decide how you want life to show up on a daily basis. You don't know that you can focus your mind like the focus of a lens on a camera and keep it focused on what you want, and the universe will respond to your intention and make it so. You have power you haven't used. You have authority you haven't assumed. You have love you haven't given. You get to choose every day how your life is going to be. You're not a victim of some random force that decides for you. My friends, there's no God up there choosing for you. There's no devil down there trying to lure you into a life of ruin. You are surrounded by power. It circles around you as unformed potential waiting for you to make a damn choice. Here's the truth. Here's the truth. Listen to this. You have been created as a conscious being in the image and likeness of perfection and been given the gift of individuality. And that means you have the right, you have the authority to choose what you want, to go where you want to go, to become whatever you want to become. Everything in your life today is created by you. What? You didn't say that. Yes, and it bears repeating. Every single thing in your life today was created by you. Consciously or unconsciously, you have used the creative power to manifest all of the circumstances in your life. So like it or not, you are the only one who can change your life. And how do you do that? One choice at a time. Instead of anger, choose peace. Instead of hatred, choose love. Instead of sadness, choose to be happy. Can you do that? I mean, can you really choose to be happy? Is that possible? Can you just choose to be happy? Well, hell to the yes, you can. Look, I'm not saying that your life is a hot mess today because you chose it. I'm not saying that you have some stupid disease, they're all stupid, by the way, because you wanted it. I'm just saying you can make a new choice today, right now. You have the power to recreate your life. Now for the bad news. Listen up, because this is important. If you don't have a plan for your financial future, if you haven't consciously decided what you want to end up with in this life or how you want to live in wealth, don't worry about it, it's okay. Because the federal government has a plan for your health. If you don't have a plan for your health, if you have made a conscious decision to live in health, no worries. The American medical community is going to take care of you. Our health care system will provide for you. Really, disease management system will provide for you. If you don't have a plan for love, if you haven't decided this is exactly what I want, and happiness, whatever, dude. Whatever. Grindr's got you covered. Tinder, Growler, Barker. I think there's even one called Whiner. I'm on Whiner. And all the other hookup apps. If you are relying on the government to make you rich, the healthcare system to get you well, or the hookup apps to find you love, dudes and dudettes, you in trouble, girl. You need a new plan. Here's what most people don't know. When you don't choose for yourself, someone else chooses for you. You're still making a choice, by the way. You're choosing not to choose. And when you do that, you know what happens? You fall victim to race consciousness. Do you know what race consciousness is? It is the accumulated fears and doubts of everyone who has ever lived on this planet, and it will infect you. When you don't choose for yourself, you join the choiceless lives of billions of people, and then your personal experience, yes, you, is created from that victim consciousness, and trust me, you're not going to like that experience. Waking up each day and not choosing what you want to experience that day is similar to not choosing what you want to wear, or what you want to eat, or where you want to go. The founder of our teaching, Dr. Ernest Holmes, says you cannot live a choiceless life, and that means every day you have to choose. The question is, are you choosing consciously or unconsciously? Will your choices come from your best ideas so that you can live your best life, or will you just let someone else choose for you and wander through life like the unwashed masses of people wondering, why does this keep happening to me? Why? No matter what your old story is, the sad old story of your victimhood, which we all have. No matter what that woe is me story is that lives in your mind and your heart that you keep repeating and you keep telling everybody, even on a first date, and you wonder why they didn't text you back. Nobody wants to date a victim, not even Dr. Puddles. No matter what your old story is, listen to me. You can re-story your life. You can write a new script. And guess what? I can teach you how to do that. But you'll have to take the workshop at 1 o'clock to find out. See, in the end, it really is all about marketing, isn't it? I want to leave you with this truth today. This is what you came to hear. You are loved beyond measure by your Creator, the one lover in the universe. You have power, the power to recreate your life simply by making a new choice. The universe is ready and waiting whenever you are. No matter what you've been through, no matter what you're going through now, you can make it. You can make it. I promise you, you can get through it, and you can come through it on the other side stronger, wiser, clearer, and more powerful. Like my friend Dario, you can use your past experience or the past experience of your people to overcome every obstacle the world tries to put in front of you. Do you know why? Because you have power. You have presence. And you are loved. And so ends the lesson. I have been asked to do the part of the service that's called the giving, the collection. Before they come forward to do that, I just want to tell you, I have never stopped supporting CSL financially. Because to me, the community is where the power and the resources are, not in the personality of the person on the stage. I appreciate your attention and your affection, but you're the reason we're here. You're the reason we open our doors. You are the reason the healing power is present. So if you find value in this community and the work that it's doing in the world, please support it abundantly. Thank you.
Ushers, come forward. What if it all depended on me to change the world, change the world? What if my only responsibility was to change the world, change the world? Let me be the one to start a revolution. Let me sing my song to the people of the world. It all begins with one, the power of one. together. Come on. Here we go. What kind of love can conquer disease and change the world? Change the world. What can I do to make poverty history and change the world? Change the world. Let me be the one to start a revolution. Let me sing my song to the people of the world, to the children of the world. All the season one, the power of one, joining the hundreds of millions of people believing one, power of one. Don't hang around, stand up or sit down and believe we can change the world. Together, we can change the world. Together. Please don't close your eyes. Please don't walk away. Let your voices rise. Put love on display and make a difference now. I believe you and me can make a difference now. Oh, come on. All begins with one. Don't hang around, stand up and sit down. Believe in one, power of one, joining the hundreds of millions of people believing in one, power of one. Don't hang around, stand up or sit down and believe we can change the world. Together, we can change the world. Together, we can change the world. Together. Oh, oh, it all begins with you and me can make it. You and me can make it. You and me can make it better, better. One. You and me can make it. You and me can make it. You and me can make it better. Believe in one.
Woohoo! Right? Wow. What a day. What a day. What a day. What a day so far. I'm Reverend Tina Miggs. I'm grateful to be here with you. This is our time of meditation. I know you're thinking, how do we go from here to settling back in, right? Well, that's what I was thinking. But here's what I know about meditation. We just experience something collectively. There's an energy, there's a frequency that moves through this music, that moves through the cells of our body, that moves through the talk that Dr. Chris just gave right now. There's a lot happening within us. And we can get real busy in our life and then head out into our world and not really feel the landing of it in our beingness. So that is why we get to sit for just a minute together and go within for meditation. So I just invite you to close your eyes. Let's just take a conscious and collective breath together, breathing in Exhaling. Turning our attention inwards. Feeling what we feel within our bodies. I'm going to start this moment of our meditation with just the words that Dr. Chris ended with. You have power. You have presence. You have love. Now I'm going to ask you to repeat after me in the affirmation form of that. I have power. I have presence. I have love. So I began at the end, and I'm going back to the beginning. In this time of meditation, I'm just having you just feel what you're feeling and bring one of the first questions Dr. Chris brought us through his talk. What do you long to do in your life? Just sit with that question. What do you long to do? And the question doesn't have to be heavy. We get to have fun. We get to learn something from this question. And once it lands in our consciousness, we get to give it back as how we show up in our lives. So CSL, what do you long to do in your life? Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. God is all around me. Every day, every day, every day, every day. God is all around me and through me. As me. In and through me. As me. God is all around me. So how wonderful it is just to have spent time together in the stillness, in the contemplation, in the feeling, in the embodiment of all that has already transpired on this day. I'm grateful and thankful to know that the question we brought into our awareness and in our consciousness, if the answer wasn't revealed, I know the universe is conspiring to bring forth greater clarity, greater guidance, greater wisdom as what is your deepest calling of your soul's expression in this life existence, it is always speaking to you. And you can always just take a moment to turn within and listen. And so it is. We're just going to end with a collective Om. It's going to have you breathe in and exhale. Breathe in. And on the exhale, release your Om. Thank you very much. So what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. Let's give a round of applause for Dr. Chris, for everybody that has participated in this service. And a reminder, if you were moved, I was moved. You might have heard me clapping and screaming out there. By anything that Dr. Chris said, there is going to be an even further gift to you for your soul, for a greater awareness of making conscious decisions in our lives, the new choice, the new direction to set our sail. So please join Dr. Chris 1 p.m. so you have a chance to go and get a bite to eat. So nourish yourself, come back for some more nourishment, okay? All right, I'm going to have everyone stand up. We're going to do our affirmation. You may be sitting on it, but it will come up on our screen here. I'm going to read the sentence. I'm going to have you repeat it after me. As soon as it comes up on the screen, beautiful. I am a conscious creator, empowered to create a magnificent life. And so it is. Written by our Rev Skip. So join us again next Sunday. We will be here 10:30 a.m. Thank you all live streamers for joining us. Thank you everyone in house. It has been a beautiful, beautiful day. Let's just have our closing prayer. So how grateful and thankful I am just to be here now. To be here now. To feel into the newness of this now moment, to let go of anything in the past, to let go of any future longing, to be here fully present in the love, in the power, in the oneness that is the allness of life itself. This is the very thing that I call God, that is expressing and living and moving and having its beingness in each and every one of us. That we are one. We are one in love. We are one in power. We are one in mind. We are one in life. And it is from this space of this knowingness of our oneness, I give thanks for all that has transpired and all that is going and continues to transpire in, through, and as our life. Life is a gift. And we are the recipients of this good life right here, right now. And I just bless each and every one of us as we go forth on our day, that we bring this energy, this awareness, this newness, this new choice, this new awareness of the truth of who we are. And we go out into the world and we activate and ignite and light it up with the presence that we are fully expressing here and now. And so it is. Please join us for our congregational song.
This is my wish. I wish for the world. Peace will find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let
Have a wonderful week.
It was pouring outside.
What's that?
It was pouring outside.
I know.
Thank you for taking part in today's live stream. Your participation means so much to us. Remember, there's several ways to give. Click on the donate button here on Facebook or donate at our homepage, cslftl.org. There's also a regular giving program called TPL, where you can set up a monthly contribution. You'll find details on our webpage, cslftl.org. Here's a great way to stay in touch with CSL Center for Spiritual Living. Our brand new app is available in the App Store under Center for Spiritual Living, FL, and that's Florida. Stay in touch, and thank you again for participating in our live stream. We'll see you soon.